Welcome to episode 60 of Tools in the Hall. After dark. First, I want to show you something brand new to our product lineup. In this brown craft box comes something I've been thinking about doing for a long time, and I have made, with my own two hands, this bar of mechanic scrubbing soap. It's got a ton of pumice in it, and it knocks out calluses, and it lathers up great to clean up grease and dirt and grime. Great on your hands, great on your elbows. Don't use it on your junk, though, because that'll hurt. I was thinking about getting into selling soaps for, geez, I don't know, it's got to be a few years now. And we finally decided, my wife and I, to learn how to do it. And with that learning curve came trying to figure out the formulation for this, all the ingredients that have to go into it to make it work. How many ingredients is too many ingredients? And do you want to start adding things that may or may not affect the outcome? And what we have now is a perfectly 100% natural soap with a minimum of ingredients. So I'm confident, given what the test group gave to me after we started handing these out to people who said that they would trial it for us, that it's an excellent product. We started selling it a couple of weeks ago, and the production batches all sold out pretty quick. So I have more batches that are currently in production. I'm going to shoot a video on how I make this soap. So stay tuned for that one. In the meantime, I'm selling these guys for $5 a bar, and you can buy 5 bars and get one free. I'm also making a formulation that does not contain pumice. It's not a scrubbing soap. It's a smooth bath and body bar, and those have been selling really well too. So it was cool for me to learn about how much people actually care about the quality of the soaps and cleaners that they use on their skin. And as I talked with my customers about this, I found that a lot of guys are conscientious about it, and they're not that happy with the commercial products that they've been getting because they don't like the way it makes your skin feel, or it doesn't clean as well as they would like. And based on their input and their feedback, we came up with the formulation for this, and it contains just a few ingredients: coconut oil, castor oil, pumice, some mica for coloring, distilled water, and lye, and that's it. I like the fact that we don't have to put all kinds of things in it that screw with the effectiveness of how it cleans. And there's a lot of commercial soaps that put a lot of additives in there that actually detract from their ability to clean you, and they leave residues. Or if they're liquid soaps, there's emulsifiers they have to add to them to keep everything suspended the way it needs to be, so that you always get the right mixture of everything as you pump it out and use it. So we avoided all that by going really simple and just having a good, basic, effective cleaning, scrubbing soap. And there is a smooth version of this as well. So they've been selling great. We've been putting them on the trucks now for a couple of weeks, and hopefully we can expand the market a little bit. Maybe I'm offer them up for sale online. $5 a bar, buy 5, get 1 free. This is the scrubbing soap called Man Cleaner, and the smooth body bar is called Parts Cleaner. So there'll be more on that. I'll make a video on how I make the soap, and although it's not a tool related video, it is related to the business, and it spotlights our newest product. All right, on to the tools. First out of the blocks, we got a Topdon BT600 battery tester. I may have mentioned this in a previous tool haul video, but they've been on back order because they're a new product from one of my distributors. It comes in a rather nice nylon pouch with a zipper closure. It's beautifully compartmentalized. You have the cables here with a multi-pin connector on one end and 2 terminal cables. You have the unit itself, and you have 2 rolls of printer paper because it's a printing unit. Easy to see screen. Just 4 directional buttons, an enter button, an exit button, and a memory button, and the printer function down there. Comes with manuals. Here's the cable. There's your multi-pin connector. There's your terminal clamps. And 2 rolls of printer paper. It's a nice self-contained kit. I think it's only $150 or something, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to lie to you. Hold on. Yeah, $149.99. I have to deliver to a customer who's been patiently waiting for it now for a few weeks for it to come in. And here it is. And I'm stoked to get these in because I have heard and read so many good things about Topdon. Many of you have left very favorable comments about their products. I know people who have used their scanners. There's a fellow YouTuber has a channel called Jimmy Making It Work, and he uses one of their scanners, and I asked him what he thought. He gave me really good feedback, and I've been so impressed with how positive people have been on the brand that I decided, you know, let's go into some of their products and see what they got. I also ordered and am waiting for some of their power stations, which are rechargeable power stations. I don't know how big they are. They have AC power outlets, so you can run 110 volt AC devices. So I'm stoked to get those in. Very sturdy box that it comes in. So there'll be more Topdon stuff that I'll be showing you in the future. So stay on the lookout for those, because as I get feedback on this stuff, I'll let you know what I find. And it seems like it's one of these brands worth exploring. I'm usually hesitant to jump on board a new brand, something right away, especially in electronics. So this is kind of dipping my toe in the waters here with Topdon. And we'll see how it all works out. So fingers crossed. Next we have hose cutters from SG Tool. This is the Mighty Cutter version. That's a triangular blade in the jaws there. And it's all metal construction with locking handles. And this does cut hoses up to 1 1/8 of an inch in the outer diameter, and spring-loaded handles so they open up by themselves. This is a replacement magnetic swivel spark plug socket from Gearwrench. This and a shorter version are for my friend, customer, and YouTube collaborator, Cass Nichols. You've seen him plenty of times on this channel, and he's actually got his own channel called Wide Right CFB, where he covers college football every week. So if you're interested in that at all, you can catch me and Jude Santa Cruz, who you know as Power Stroke Jude, on this channel, and his own channel, of course. And we all get together, do some college football talk every week. So if you're interested in that, check that out. A little plug for him. We also have a restock of a Streamlight Micro Stream USB light. This one is the red version. It has blue, black, green, I think orange, a few different colors there. A clip for your hat and your pocket. Charging cord comes in it. And these do carry a lifetime warranty. I have a customer who asked me to get him a 1/2 inch chrome socket and ratchet set. And as I was looking to see which ones were available, I settled on the Milwaukee one as a recommendation for him. And he took a look at it and he liked the price and liked what was in the kit. The only thing it didn't have was a long 1/2 inch extension and a universal 1/2 inch adapter. So this is the extension. The adapter, oh, it has arrived. Here's the adapter. So we're going Gearwrench on the extension and the adapter. I couldn't get these in Milwaukee, but the socket and ratchet kit is pretty nice. It has, I think I showed it to you in a previous tool haul. Yeah, I did. So if you're familiar with that one, you've seen it. It comes in the plastic case. it's not the pack out case. It's a regular plastic case, but it's pretty comprehensive for what it is. Price was right. So we got that kit for him, and that's going to complete his collection. He's going to keep that in his truck and at home because he's a little deficient in his half-inch stuff. So I'm glad that he liked the Milwaukee stuff. I've been very impressed with the quality of their hand tools, and they keep coming out with new stuff all the time. They've got some new ratchets that just came out, and as long as people give me good feedback on the sockets, they've got really good wrenches and hose hooks and picks. Their hammers have been selling really well. You see me spotlight some of those in previous tool hauls. So good on Milwaukee. I like the fact that we're able to keep people in those products. I have a lot of faith in their warranty process and the quality of their tools. One of my more productive accounts is a waste handling company, and I service not only the mechanics in the shop, but the shop buys a lot of stuff from me, and they needed a bunch of 33 millimeter 1-inch drive sockets for doing wheels on their trucks. These are the deep ones from Gray Pneumatic. And if you're not familiar with Gray Pneumatic, all they make are impact grade tools, sockets, extensions, and Torx and hex sockets. They make a ton of stuff. Lifetime warranty on everything that they make except for their thin wall sockets and their reducing adapters. Just know that if you buy them and you need warranty work done, you cannot go through Gray Pneumatic directly. They require that you go through a dealer. Just know that. So that if there's a deficiency in how they do business, it's that. Everything else they do is top notch. Their pricing is really good, and they compete very nicely with a lot of the more prominent brands, I guess you'd say, like Snap-on and their brand of sockets. People are very happy with the quality of Gray Pneumatic, and they love the pricing. I can offer similar quality tools from Gray Pneumatic for a fraction of what you'd pay, say, on the Snap-on truck. So great brand, great company, great quality products. Just know that about their warranty. I think this was on another recent tool haul. This is the Master Bolt Biter Extractor Socket Set from Gearwrench. If you extractor extractor sockets, you can compare these to the ones from Irwin and the ones from Grip Edge, who also makes the RBRT extractor sockets for Mac tools. Compare those three, look at the pricing, and look at the features. These have some advantages, I think, to the other two brands in that they're less expensive than both Grip Edge and Irwin. And the design of these sockets is really good because they have straight flutes instead of spiral flutes like the Irwin one does, which means you can use these to turn a bolt or nut to the left or the right, so it's great for left-handed threads, or if you have to reuse a damaged piece, you can tighten it with these. And perhaps the nicest feature that these have are undersized sizes. So if you look, you see it's got like a 9/16, and then, or rather, I'm looking at this backwards, so forgive me. So it's got a 16 and a 5/8, and a 16 and 5/8 minus, and a 17 and a 17 minus. And it goes, most of the sizes have minus sizes. It also has a hex bolster on the bottom, so you can use a wrench with it, and a square drive that you can't see in that picture to use a breaker bar, ratchet, or an impact. Now, the reason why they have minus sizes is because if your work piece is stripped and rounded to the point where, say, a 16 millimeter won't fit because it's too small, use the 16 minus, and it will fit. Very few of these break that I've ever seen, and if they do, they're easy to replace under warranty. I'm a big fan of this design in particular. The only frustrating thing is they don't have a 15 millimeter in any of their bolt biter sets. And because this is their master set, you would expect to find every size in it, but not that one. So that's kind of frustrating, and I don't know why that is, but I don't know if there's a functional difference. I know there's guys who have pointed that out to me in the past, which is why I know about it, because I think there's a few folks who left comments on one of the videos I did, and I didn't realize at the time that they didn't have a 15. Well, that enlightened me, so if anyone who has come up against that has found it to be an impediment, let me know. And I'd like to know, do you use a different size instead of the 15? Is there something that's just as comparable? Because what they do is they'll mark the size, the metric and standard equivalent sizes. See, so they have like, you know, a 16 and 5/8 on the same socket, and the 19 and 3/4 on the same socket. But there's nothing marked with a 15 and something else. So I don't know if there's an equivalent fractional size that you would use instead. So let me know. Ever been working on a large truck and trying to remove a filter and struggling with getting it off because you just don't have enough leverage? Then you can use a 24-inch long chain wrench for the task. And if this doesn't take it off, I'd like to know what will. This is the ATD brand from one of my distributors called Medco, and ATD is their house brand, kind of like what Monster brand was for a company called ISN, and a lot of large distributors have their own private label brands, same products as you'll find under different names, but they bind a particular volume, so they put it under their name, get a little recognition out of it. So this is the box that comes in ATD, 24-inch chain wrench, and this isn't that expensive compared to other ones. This is $95. The customer who's getting this used somebody else's chain wrench in the shop and decided he had to have one simply because of the type of work he's doing. So I'm getting this for him. Hopefully it makes his life a lot easier. I know that it can be very frustrating when you're struggling on something and you don't have the exact tool that you know you need. And thank God someone else in the shop had one for him to use, because this one's going to him next week. A terrific ratcheting hose clamp plier set is this one from OTC. It has two different jaw styles, ratcheting spring-loaded handles, and a simple, well-functioning hose clamp plier set. This one's going to a customer, but they are a regular inventory item on the truck. I delivered a set of these to a fella in a shop a few months ago, and one of his coworkers saw it and says, "Man, I gotta have that," so that one goes to him. When you need a reliable, heavy-duty set of hammers, there's a few different brands. I bragged earlier about how good the Milwaukee ones are, but they have a limited configuration in their hammers. A company that seems to have an unlimited configuration is Wilton, and they make outstanding hammers and anvils and vices. And this is the 3-piece set of Bash hammers. Bash stands for Badass Sledgehammer. And this set contains a 4-pound sledgehammer, a 32-ounce ball peen hammer, sorry for the glare on the box, and a 2-pound cross peen hammer. Wilton brags that the handles of these are unbreakable, and if you break one under normal use and you can show that it was due to manufacturer defect, they'll pay you $1,000. That's not a challenge to go breaking handles. It's to say that that is that level of confidence that they have, that they've built them in a way that will last you forever and ever. And so far, such is the case. I sell a bunch of these and I've never seen a broken one. This one's going to a fellow who works on mass transit buses. So he's in the need for something that's going to last him a long time, which will give him some good heft on these. The handles aren't that long, so they're fairly compact. I had a customer ask me once if I could get him a sledgehammer, and when they asked me that, 2 questions: what's the head weight that you need, and how long is the handle? And he said to me, I need a 4-pound head. I'm like, golly. And he wanted a 36-inch handle on it for working on suspension parts, because that's all he does at his shop is brakes, alignments, and suspensions. So I got it for him, and he uses that thing all the time, and sometimes you just got to put a hurting on something, and that is the hammer to do it. The hammers perform very, very well. So for $200, you get yourself 3 of the highest quality hammers you can find on the market. Wilton's got excellent products across the board, and I'm a big, big fan of these hammers. I don't know if I've shown you a tool more frequently than the 114-piece Tap and Die Set from Gearwrench. I can't count the number of times I've had this on this channel, because I'm restocking it all the time, so it makes a lot of the tool haul videos. it is what I truly believe to be the best tap and die set on the market, because it runs all sizes up to 18 millimeter on the metric side and 3/4 inch on the standard side. It has the most elegant, beautiful tap wrenches you'll ever find. They're ratcheting. They have a pass-through design. You can palm them with your hand, so you can start your work much easier, and you don't have to go hand over hand with those sloppy tap wrenches that you'll find in other kits like the Irwin one. And if you were to use it, you would understand right away just how superior it is to other sets you may have used. It takes away a lot of the frustration of using the tap wrenches where you have to turn the handle and then, you know, the jaws close on the tap, and those things aren't tight, so they're always kind of working their way out, and you have to kind of feel your way into getting your work started with those. These are much different. It's easier to start it plumb and true and square, and the tap holders insert in the wrench, and the die holders do too. And there's a very substantial set screw that holds that in. This comes with an extractor set, 2 thread gauge sets, and a bunch of other accessories like adapters and a T-handle if you don't have room to use the ratcheting tap wrenches. Everything in this case has a lifetime warranty on it, and if you doubt that, then you can look on the box where it says lifetime warranty. And the reason why I point this out is because somebody mentioned to me a while ago, he said that he was told that they don't have a lifetime warranty, but I am here to tell you that they do. Not only does it say it on the product box, but I've replaced broken taps under warranty and have never had a problem getting it done. So they're readily available as individual pieces, and I don't know why somebody would be given information to the contrary, because it simply is not the policy for this set. And I'm glad of that, because, you know, the smaller taps especially break with regularity, easy to replace, like you would expect. So good on Gearwrench for making this set. It's wonderfully designed, comes in a nice big blow molded plastic case, so it's easy to carry around, it's easy to store. And the one thing that has always won people over for this set is, once I go through the explanation of what's in here, I'll open up the case and show them, and they can lay their hands on it and they feel the quality of it, and they typically buy it because the price is so much less than a comparable. Actually, I can't say it's comparable because there's not one that's comparable on the market. There's smaller sets from Irwin that cost like $150 more than this set. Currently, it's on sale for $399.99, and I've not seen that price that low. Normally, I've seen it around $450, $480, and even then, you're still less than the Irwin set, which isn't nearly as good. They have inferior tap wrenches, and they don't have nearly the selection in sizes that this one does. So why wouldn't you buy this one if it's an option for you? And because I'm a tool truck, that $400 price tag I just gave you is probably more than you'll find it somewhere else. So shop it around if you need it. Find yourself the best deal you can, and just know that you're getting a tap and die set, which is so much better than anything else that you can find. And now it's time for Tool Haul After Dark. This is the Sig Sauer P320 X5 Legion, chambered a 9mm. The Legion series guns have been very popular for Sig. I have never seen one in real life myself until this one came in, and it is a full-sized gun. This grip takes a good-sized hand to get around, and to get the tang on the back around the web of your hands takes someone with a larger hand indeed. This is not a good gun for someone with smaller hands. Even someone with average hands like me has a bit of a difficulty getting this comfortable, but once it's set in there, it is rather comfortable. And it has a straight trigger, and although I'm not really familiar with shooting guns with straight triggers, usually all the guns I've shot have curved triggers, it really doesn't feel that different or uncomfortable to me, but it would take some getting used to for me if this were my gun. It has ported holes in the top of the slide. It comes with 3 17-round magazines, and the slide springs on these are very light. It takes very little effort to rack the slide. Take the plug out so you can see that we are clear in the action and we're safe. Wonderful guns. They're about $1,000, and it's nice when I have availability on these that somebody else may not have. You can see the sights, or the front fiber optic sight, easy to pick up and see. Well, it's also true that I got light shining all over it. But very easy to acquire the sights on these. Has a rail for mounting a light laser or a light laser combination unit, adjustable rear sight, and very nice stippling on the grip panels so you can get a sure grip on this. You're not going to slip, and also on the back strap too. So just a great solid firm grip on this. Beautiful looking gun. I'm a big fan of the light slide spring on this, so you're not killing yourself trying to open it. Great gun. I love the gray color too. It's just another one of some wonderful, wonderful guns that Sig has in their lineup. You wouldn't necessarily use this as a carry option, but the customer who is buying this asked me to find him a holster for it. So I don't know exactly what his plans are. It's a full-size big gun. If you were to look for a really good carry option from Sig, also look at the P365. That would get my vote as a concealed carry option. But this guy here is just a terrific gun. Be great to take it to the range, do some plinking with it, and if you have a way to carry it, it would be a dynamite gun for personal defense. But man, I don't know. You'd have to go a long way to conceal this gun. But I think that was part of his plan. But I like it so much because not only is it easy to rack the slide on this, but I've talked in the past about guns that have serrations on the front of the slide, because some guys like to rack it from the front. I generally have problems doing that when the springs are stiffer, because I wind up leveraging the gun back. But racking it like that with this gun, no problem at all. And I think that they nailed the design on this. These are very easy to disassemble with a takedown lever there, and you just slide it back, disassemble it, slide comes right off. Easy to field strip and clean. Big fan of Sig Sauer for their quality and the ease with which you can disassemble, clean, and reassemble a gun. So do me a favor and keep watching the channel, because you're going to see some interesting videos that we haven't done before, including a video on soap making. And I'll show you how I do the Man Cleaner and the Parts Cleaner branded soaps that I'm now making myself. And we got some air tool repair videos coming up. And of course, more tools in the haul videos too. We've also been doing some live streams lately. So if you haven't, go back and get caught up on some of the stuff we've been talking about live with a great group of people that show up in the chat. And I'm joined in my video panel with some terrific friends and co-creators of mine that I met on YouTube. Great guys that just have a tremendous amount of knowledge about tools, the tool industry, and the automotive industry in general. So we learn a lot each time we do a live stream. So if you haven't jumped on one of those, please do. And keep a lookout for the next time we schedule them, and get involved in the chat, and let's all have some fun together. So do me a favor. Click down here now to subscribe so you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, use a tool. Don't be one.